Imagine waking up tomorrow and hearing that the river in your backyard is filled with gold. Pure, shining, expensive gold. What would you do? In 1848, this exactly what happened in California. Within months, the news spread like a wildfire across the entire planet. Farmers left their crops, sailors left their ships, and fathers left their families to run toward the mountains of the West. Everyone had the same dream, to get rich in a single day. But was the golden dream as beautiful as the stories say? Or was it a nightmare of greed, hunger, and broken promises? Today on 5-Point Historian, we are digging deep into the dirt of the 19th century. We are uncovering the 5 dark secrets of the California gold rush that most history books never tell you. Before we find out who actually got rich and who lost everything, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us share the real, unpolished side of history with the world. Now let's go back to the moment the world went crazy. 1. The 49ers and the deadly journey. The price of a dream. In 1849, more than 80,000 people arrived in California. These people were called 49ers because of the year they arrived. They came from China, Europe, South America, and the East Coast of the United States. They all thought the journey would be an adventure, but for thousands of them, the journey became a cemetery. 3 roads to hell. There were 3 ways to reach California in 1849, and all of them were terrifying. The first way was to walk 3,000 miles across the American continent. People had to cross dry deserts with no water and high mountains covered in deep snow. Many died from cholera, a terrible disease from dirty water, and their bodies were left on the side of the road. The second way was to take a ship around the tip of South America. This trip took 6 months, and the ocean was so violent that many ships sank. The third way was to cross the jungle of Panama, where mosquitoes and tropical fevers killed travelers within days. The achievement of the survivor. The first dark secret is that thousands of people died before they even saw a single piece of gold. They spent their life savings to buy a ticket to California, but they never arrived. For those who did survive, they reached California exhausted, sick, and often with no money left. The golden dream started with a funeral for many families. It wasn't an organized travel plan. It was a desperate race where only the strongest and the luckiest survived the road. 2. Who really got rich? The surprising truth about profit. If you ask someone who got rich during the gold rush, they will say, the miners. But this is a big mistake. While a few miners found large gold nuggets, about 95% of them finished the gold rush poorer than when they started. After working 12 hours a day in cold water, most miners only found enough gold to buy a simple meal. The economics of greed. The second dark secret is that the real millionaires of the gold rush were not the people digging in the dirt. They were the merchants, the people who sold supplies. In the mining camps, there were no regular stores. Because everyone was desperate, the prices became insane. A single egg could cost the equivalent of $50 today. A simple shovel that cost $1 in New York was sold for $50 in California. The achievement of Levi Strauss. One of the most famous examples is a man named Levi Strauss. He arrived in San Francisco with some heavy cloth to make tents, but he realized the miners didn't need tents. They needed pants that wouldn't tear while they were working in the rocks. He added metal rivets to the pockets, and the first blue jeans were born. While the miners were breaking their backs in the rivers, Levi Strauss was building a clothing empire that still exists today. The lesson of the gold rush was simple. If you want to get rich during a gold rush, don't dig for gold, sell the shovels. The people who provided the services were the ones who truly won the game. 3. Lynch Law Justice in a land without rules. When thousands of men from different countries are living in the middle of nowhere with bags of gold, things get violent very quickly. In the early years of the gold rush, there were no police, no judges, and no real jails in the mining camps. This created a dark system called Lynch Law, mob justice. If a person was accused of stealing gold or horses, there was no trial with a lawyer. Instead, a group of angry miners would act as the judge and the executioner. They would hold a meeting for 5 minutes, and then they would decide the person's fate. Usually, the punishment was hanging from the nearest tree. Because there was no official law, many innocent people were killed simply because a crowd was angry or because of their race. The achievement of chaos. This chaos turned the mining camps into some of the most dangerous places on Earth. Men carried revolvers and knives everywhere, even when they were sleeping. Gambling and drinking were the only forms of entertainment, which led to even more fights. The secret of the gold rush was that it was a war of everyone against everyone. There was no sense of community. There was only the hunger for gold. People who were friends one day would kill each other the next day over a small piece of land by the river. It is shocking to think that a pair of jeans was a better investment than a gold mine, right? History is full of these ironies. If you are learning something new, please like this video and subscribe to 5-Point Historian. Now let's talk about the damage that gold left behind. 4. Environmental destruction. Scaring the earth. In the movies, a miner is just a man with a small pan by a beautiful river. This looks very peaceful. But by the 1850s, the easy gold was gone. To find more gold, the miners had to use much more violent methods. This was the birth of hydraulic mining. Washing away mountains. Miners built massive machines that shot water at incredibly high pressure against the sides of mountains. This water was so powerful, it could kill a man instantly. It melted the mountains into mud to find the tiny pieces of gold hidden inside the rock. This mud flowed into the rivers, filling them up and causing massive floods in the valleys below. The chemicals they used to separate the gold, like mercury, poisoned the water and the fish. The achievement of destruction. The fourth dark secret is that the gold rush was one of the first major environmental disasters in American history. Whole forests were cut down to build flumes for water, and the landscape of California was changed forever. The beautiful green hills were turned into gray piles of rock and mud. Even today, over 170 years later, scientists still find dangerous levels of mercury in some of California's rivers because of what the miners did in the 1850s. The search for wealth left a permanent scar on the face of the planet. 5. The tragedy of the natives. A hidden genocide. Perhaps the darkest secret of the California gold rush is what happened to the people who were already living there. For thousands of years, Native American tribes lived in California in peace. They did not value gold as money. They valued the land, the trees, and the animals. When the 49ers arrived, the world of the Native Americans was destroyed in just a few years. The War on Inhabitants. The miners saw the Native Americans as an obstacle. They took their land, polluted their food sources, and brought new diseases like the flu and smallpox. But it was even worse than that. The government of California actually paid money to militias to attack and kill Native Americans. This was a state-sponsored campaign to remove the local people so the miners could work without problems. The achievement of loss. In 1845, there were about 150,000 Native Americans in California. By 1870, There were only about 30,000 left. This was an 80% loss of the population in just 25 years. While the world was celebrating the glory of the gold rush, an entire culture was being erased. The wealth of California was built on the bones of the people who lived there first. This is the truth that is rarely mentioned in the celebrations of the Wild West, but it is the most important secret of all. The California Gold Rush was a time of incredible energy and transformation. It turned San Francisco from a tiny village into a world-class city almost overnight. It brought people from every corner of the globe together and helped build the modern United States. But as we have seen today, the Golden Dream had a very high price. It was built on the lives of those who died on the journey, the exploitation of the poor by the rich merchants, the chaos of mob justice, the destruction of nature, and the tragedy of the Native Americans. History teaches us that when people are blinded by the shine of gold, they often lose their humanity. The gold rush was not just about finding metal, it was a test of human character. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive into the dark side of the gold rush. If you were alive in 1849, would you have taken the risk to go to California, or would you have stayed safe at home? I think I would have stayed home and sold the shovels. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to 5 Point Historian. We have many more stories about the secrets of our past coming your way. Stay curious, stay historical, and I will see you in the next video.